Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It's time to get up and tune into your daily morning BossFM news. I'm Megan.
And I'm Kristian.
And today we'll be discussing election fraud lawsuits, a new Barbie doll, and so much more. So let's get into it.
Wake the streets up. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Come on. Wake the streets up. Okay.
Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City and Trump's personal attorney, is in more hot water this week after Dominion Voting Systems filed a defamation lawsuit against him. This comes after Giuliani, along with many others, pushed the big lie about election fraud at countless public appearances. The lawsuit details, just as Giuliani and his allies intended, the big lie went viral on social media as people tweeted, retweeted, and raged that Dominion had stolen their votes. End quote. The harm in Dominion's business and reputation is unprecedented and irreparable because of how fervently millions of people believe it. The company focused heavily on how Giuliani continued his claims without evidence that Dominion had aided in any election fraud, even after he received a cease and desist letter. Dominion also detailed on how January 6th, just hours before a crowd of Trump supporters in Washington violently overran the Capitol, Giuliani continued to push his claims of election fraud, stating at a rally that he knew of an expert who had examined Dominion voting machines and saw changed votes, concluding the election was stolen. Dominion then sent Giuliani a second letter asking for a retraction of his unfounded claims. The company said it's now distrusted by millions of American voters and its employees have been harassed. The company believes hundreds of its contracts with states and localities are now in jeopardy and that the business projects a loss of profits in the next 5 years of $200 million. Giuliani, he's just as responsible as anyone else in this. He's spread the same lies. He's kept up the same Stop the Steal campaign as Donald Trump has. So anything that Trump is guilty for, he is as well.
Monique Russell, an executive communication coach and speaker, created Bridge to You, available on Apple Podcasts. Its purpose is to unite Black people by discussing topics in a judgment-free zone. Bridge to You has already attracted quite a very interested audience. Russell says, quote, "If we highlight and amplify the methods of those who have managed to do it successfully, we can move strategically and effectively in the transforming the world," end quote. Russell has even created a speaker's guide to help anyone share their stories on the podcast.
I love that there's so many podcasts and shows coming out right now about unifying us and doing it in a judgment-free zone.
Exactly. And Russell makes a big point at making sure that everyone's stories are heard from not only America, but from all over the world.
Calling all Barbie lovers, Mattel is honoring the literary icon Dr. Maya Angelou with her very own Barbie doll. The new doll is the latest offering from Mattel's Inspiring Women series, which features NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson and civil rights icon Rosa Parks. The doll depicts the late Dr. Angelou, who passed away in 2014, in a patterned dress with one of her signature head wraps on, holding a replica of her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. In addition to the dolls, Barbie has also launched the Barbie Dream Gap Project, which is focused on supporting girls and reaching their limitless potential through research, curriculum, programming, and funding. Mattel released a statement reading, "The Maya Angelou Barbie doll is being presented to honor the history and impact of Dr. Maya Angelou's activism, work, and achievements. With displayable packaging, this celebration of Dr. Maya Angelou's extraordinary life and work makes a great gift for Barbie collectors." It was rare to see Barbies, or any dolls really, that were Black or brown. And if so, they would have maybe 1 out of 20 Barbies in one store be that color. So now to see that these are collector's items, that these are things that are being celebrated, it's amazing. It's important for little girls to see these things.
Right. I think it is so exciting, the concept of a girl going to a store and being able to pick up a Maya Angelou Barbie doll and take that home with her. It really just makes me smile. As President Biden works to reverse many of Donald Trump's orders, the next on the list revolves around the military. During his first year in office, Trump banned anyone who is transgender from serving in the military. However, the new defense secretary of Biden's administration said yesterday, quote, "The department will immediately take appropriate policy action to ensure individuals who identify as transgender are eligible to enter and serve in their self-identified gender," end quote. Biden is actually the first presidential candidate that has ever promised to support the transgender community while campaigning.
I think it's definitely a sign of the times. I mean, it's 2021 at this point. I don't know why, who you identify as, what that has to do with you wanting to lay your life on the line for your country.
It's definitely a cultural thing. And so I'm really happy that Biden has repealed this because it was honestly absolutely unnecessary when Trump did it in 2017.
All right, everyone, it is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's Take Care Tuesday. If you're new with us here on Boss FM News, that just means we're going to show you what we're doing today to take care of ourselves. What is it that you're doing right now to keep yourself balanced and rested?
Well, actually, I've been trying to practice a lot of mindfulness, making sure I'm not taking parts of my day for granted. The work I do outside of this is fairly monotonous. I work at a fast food restaurant, so it's easy to lose a day by thinking about what's happening in the next one. For example, today I thought out every step while I was making a dish, and it really grounded me. It helped me to think about the ingredients and how to cook them and what garnish it gets. It reminded me that what I do is not just the monotonous task that I do every day. I'm making something. So if you struggle with anxiety, mindfulness can be really helpful with those intense highs, but also mindfulness can help with dissociative lows as well. But Kristian, I heard you might actually be practicing some mindfulness as well.
My first step was to get online and do some research, and what I found was these mindfulness cards. And every morning, I try and do it every morning at least. I pull out a card. It'll give you a task on here. This is our instruction card. And it just helps you be more mindful and present for whatever that topic might be for that day.
All right, everybody, and that is actually it for your Tuesday morning news. Make sure to tune in later today at 8:30 p.m. for some more news with Boss FM. If you'd like to rewatch our shows, as always, they will be available for replay on our Boss FM app and on all of our social media platforms. Thanks again for tuning in, y'all. It's Megan.
And I'm Chris.